Hello, this is Coffee Break with Ninita, a daily guide of coping skills that gets us through by making us strong. I feel so annoyed by the way my spouse, my partner, acts, the way he speaks, the way he acts, the way he works. We look at each other in a relationship feeling disgusted with the way the other person acts. Does that mean that we married the wrong person? Or does it mean that after a certain point, we started having a relationship with what we see as being popular? Whether it is trying to advertise a product, whether it is a TV show, a story that we see, we stop relating to the person we live with. And we start thinking of someone else we are introduced one way or another, we're introduced to. And whoever is, which is not a real person, we're introduced to, pushes aside the actual spouse by creating disappointments. The most important part of this week's podcast is to bring awareness that our relationships with our family members, with our loved ones, whether this is our parents, our spouses, our children, is very much impacted by media, social media, what we are introduced to, what we are exposed to, the trends of the day. And we forget that all that we are exposed to is not reality. We stop relating with the people that are in our lives. We compare them with something else that either we have read about or heard about, and we make that something else real and a threat and a danger. It endangers the relationships. We have to open our eyes and realize we are comparing our loved ones who are real, and that's why they're not perfect, with a trend, with an idea, with an assumption that is based on we are supposed to be the center of our worlds, the receivers, and the other person should be the giver. The moment that I find myself being in the center of my world, I have brought myself into loneliness. When I am the center of my world, I'm going to be lonely, and my needs are not going to be met. Because in the center, there's not that much activity that goes. There's not much activity that is going on that will, from me to others, when I am the only one in the center. If my spouse or my friend or my children or my parents belong in the same center with me, there is interaction. That kind of interaction that is going on in the center is what brings life into the relationship, into our lives. When we are placing ourselves in a position where we are evaluating and judging how others make us feel, guarantee I'm going to feel lonely. even if they do everything and anything to please me, it will not touch me. Because in order for me to feel, I must interact. I must give of myself to the others, because that's how I open in receiving from others. What I mean by that is that when I don't give to others attention, affection, appreciation, I'm not open. And no matter what others offer me, it will simply be very annoying to me. And that is why I feel lonely and why people around me get frustrated and give up. When they try to reach my needs, I feel annoyed. And when they walk away, I feel abandoned. In both situations, what is missing is my willingness to interact with the people in my life. That is when I start feeling annoyed or abandoned. When I stop interacting with them. Please keep that in mind. When you find yourself being unhappy in your relationship, it is because in your attempt to meet your needs, you have closed the doors that will help those needs to be met. What opens those doors is my reaching out, asking from the other person to be my friend, instead of asking from the other person to be perfect. When I say asking the other person to be my friend, I mean giving of ourselves to them, rather than expecting others to figure out our needs and meet our needs on their own. And for us to be in that position of grading their efforts as good, average, or poor. How well are they doing it? When we have this attitude, guarantee, no matter what others do for us, it's not going to be satisfying. It's not going to be completing. Because we don't put our participation in this process.
We thank you for listening to Coffee Break with Ninita. Our goal is to help our StayWHOLE community work through their challenges. Please join this cause by supporting us on Patreon. You can do that for the price of just 1 cup of coffee per month. Just click on the Patreon link in the podcast description below, or simply visit us at www.patreon.com/StayWHOLE. We appreciate you and hope we can help you stay whole.